So listen, I just put up this video and somehow I deleted it. So I want to just reiterate. I was having a conversation with myself and, there's this new thing that's going on about people being above critique and above being questioned. And as leaders, you should be able to people question you and you need to be accountable to people, accountability. And I was thinking about it, right? Because I heard a lot of people saying this and I've been hearing it lately. I made a statement that said, when you disrespect somebody, then you can't expect that person to allow you to have access to them. And it's not saying that that person is better than you, because you could be anybody. I don't care who you are. If you're a little kid, right, and you disrespect the little kid, they don't have to want to talk to you, right? They don't have to engage you, right? When you don't come from a place of love, when you start out of communication by calling somebody a name, by calling them faggot or calling them punk or coon or sellout or any type of name that's derogatory or disrespectful to that individual, at that point, the possibility of meaningful, respectful dialogue diminishes, especially if you're dealing with somebody like me, right? So if you approach me in a manner that's disrespectful and you call me a name because you disagree with something that you believe I've done or something that you've seen I said or seen I did, and you call me a name, at that point, the dialogue is off. I don't want to dialogue with you. Now I want to engage in you in a disrespectful manner. Now I want you to pay for the disrespect. So there's no dialogue. There's no critique. There's no question. There's only a problem, right? So we have to be mindful of that, right? And YouTube is dangerous for that, right? There are a lot of YouTubers who have dialogue, right? And the first thing they do in this dialogue is address you in a manner that's disrespectful, right? So if you talking about somebody who's been in the street, right? And you say, yo, that person is a snitch. Once you call a person a snitch, right? At that point, the dialogue is gone. You don't want to engage that person in a level of dialogue. That means that you don't want no peaceful communication. You're not critiquing that person, you're insulting. There's a big difference between insulting someone and critiquing someone. So you can critique someone because you disagree with a method or something they said. You can say, well, I don't really agree with that. But you can do it in love. But the minute that you insult that person with the critique, the dialogue goes out the window, right? So somebody who's an activist, if you call that person a sellout, right? You start off the conversation by saying this person's a sellout. This person is a house nigga, right? Once you refer to them in that manner, the dialogue has gone left. They don't have to engage you, right? It's like somebody coming to your house and they come to your house and knock on your door. Somebody lives down the hall. We all live in the same building. They come to your house and they say, hey, can I come in? And you come in and they start talking crazy to you. You're going to say, bro, you got to get out of my house. You can't stay in my house. You can yell all that shit. You can yell outside the door. You can do whatever you want. But you can't stay in my house and disrespect me. It just don't work like that. So when we talk about social media, people want to engage you in dialogue on social media, so you block them and you get rid of them. And people say that you think you're above somebody. No, you can block me too if you don't like something I'm saying. If something I'm saying does not agree with your moral compass, does not agree with who you are, if you find it offensive to you, something I'm saying, I ask you, block me, unfollow me. If I'm saying something that's disturbing your peace, that's insulting you, you don't have to follow me. I welcome people all day to unfollow me, because you don't need to follow me and then come on my page to try to disrespect me. You can critique me, of course. Being in this movement, people have all these questions. You're in a movement, you should be accountable. People could be able to be accountable. I have no problem with accountability. I just have a problem with disrespect. You can't accuse me of being a thief or being a coon and doing shit that's disaccording to who I am as a man, and then expect to engage in some level of respectful dialogue. That makes no sense. right? You gotta have, for me to engage you, right? There has to be a level of credibility that you have. I'm not saying that you can have credibility to a bunch of people. Somebody could deem you as a worthy opponent. Somebody could deem you as the top person in the world, right? But if I'm on the front lines in this movement, I'm risking my freedom, I'm risking my life, I'm stopping violence, I'm teaching schools, I've dedicated my life to this movement, right? And I've been around the world, I've marched, I've protested, I've been to fucking Albany to get laws passed, I've lobbied, I've done just about anything that you can name in the civil rights, I've done. And in the last eight, maybe 9 years, if I haven't seen you do anything, if I haven't seen you on, not the front line, not the back line, I haven't seen you donate your money, I haven't seen you talk to the kids about stopping violence, I haven't seen you go to school, donate, I haven't seen you do anything positive in the realm of what it is that I deal with. But you have an opinion about my work, I don't deem you as credible to critique me. There has to be something that you've done in that realm. It's just like you have a commentator, LeBron James, right? LeBron James been playing ball his whole life. And he got a commentator that never played basketball. He just studied ball. He watches the game. He talks about the game. And the first time he talks about LeBron is he's trash. I think he's a bum. He's overrated, this and that. He always says some bullshit and he wants to interview LeBron. LeBron, like, I'm not going to interview him. Like, wow. Is he above critique? No. I don't have to allow somebody who I already know doesn't respect me, who has never come to me in a level of love and respect. I don't have to engage that person. I don't owe that person the right to disrespect me. And your disrespect does not gain access to me. It's only going to push me further away. It doesn't make sense. You cannot engage people disrespectfully and insulting them and expect them to want to have a conversation with you. It makes no sense. So it's not about hierarchy or you being better. If you're talking about me and somebody says, yo, the person doesn't want to engage you, and you start saying, well, you know what the problem is white supremacy, right? Because white supremacy makes him think he's better than you because the white man says so. So he's the house nigga, you know, and he doesn't have to talk to the field nigga because he's better. So once you start referring to me as a house nigga, you've insulted me. I'm the furthest thing in the world from a house nigga. That is one of the biggest disrespects you can say to me. So once you start off a conversation with that, the dialogue moving forward is no longer productive because it started off in disrespect, right? So somehow you got to figure out how to roll it back, or maybe we can't. I don't have to engage with anyone who insults me or disrespects me purposely. I don't have to, nobody has to engage. I don't give a fuck what level you are. Allowing you access to me is my own personal thing. It's not about a hierarchy. It's not about a level. It's me protecting my own space and my own energy. You don't get to disrespect people and then try to have access to them and tell you you're going to extend an olive branch. How are you going to extend an olive branch with a situation that you created that now I don't even want to engage you? You don't get the people. It's my choice, right? If you disrespect me and I take it as disrespect and you decide to say sorry, and I don't want to take your apology, but I don't have a problem with you, I just rather move on, I don't have to engage you. I don't ever have to talk to you. If I feel that the way that you communicate about me or to me is in a disrespectful manner, I have no obligation in the world to engage you. Nobody does. I don't give a fuck what it is. If I work for the Board of Education and I'm a teacher and a kid is in the classroom cursing and screaming at me and then demanding me to teach him, no, you don't get to talk. I don't give a fuck what job I got. You're not going to talk crazy to me because I'm working there and think that I got to engage you or take the disrespect. I'm not doing shit till you get him out my classroom. Or her, whoever it is. You got to get them out my classroom because you can't sit there and disrespect me. It don't work like that. Nowhere in the world. So I don't understand why people think activism is different. It's still about morals, values, and principles. It's still about respect and integrity. Sure, you could question, you could ask a question, yo, what you are doing? What's going on? I don't understand this. But to come, the first thing you do is insult me and say, you ain't doing shit, you stealing, this and that, you ain't got nothing, you bum, you this and that, and call me names. And then say I should be held accountable to you, who I've never seen do anything positive in any community, other than talk about other men and women on the internet. Why should I engage you? Why am I obligated to engage someone? Why should anybody think that they're obligated to get a response from me after that? Or anybody? You know, people are crazy. People have the internet is the only place that you can openly disrespect somebody, right? And they expect you to want to make up. Like openly, out of nowhere. I don't know who you are. You openly disrespect people with no consequences. That's where the problem is. There's no consequences to internet disrespect. Because most of the people who internet disrespect, I've never seen anywhere. Not after they disrespected me, right? It's crazy because I get all of these internet people say crazy shit about me, boom, boom, boom. And I'm outside and all I get is hugs and love. So these people don't exist nowhere? Where y'all at? When y'all know, where are you at? Because you don't say these things in my face. If you see me somewhere, I've heard people say, I seen you such and such. So why didn't you approach me with the same level of aggression and disrespect that you typed? Because you know it's not acceptable and you're not willing to deal with the consequences. Whether you're scared or not, you don't want to deal with what you know is going to come with that. Because at that point, you're going to have to do something to me or I'm going to do something to you, right? So you don't want to deal with those. So why don't you think that way on the internet? Why don't you think before you type and you disrespect somebody that this could actually cause something? You know, there's no need for me to disrespect. I disagree with that, man. Let me tell him I disagree. Let me create a dialogue about why I disagree and how I disagree. You know, we have to be mindful of that. I don't think that I'm unapproachable or above somebody because white people. No, I'm in the hood. I think in order for you to engage me, right, you have to have respect in the hoods that I'm working with. You got to have some level of credibility and done something. You can't question me and I ain't never seen you do nothing but talk about other men. You can't. You don't have the quality. You don't have the criteria. You don't meet the criteria to question what I do. First of all, you don't know what I do. And second of all, you don't do nothing. You don't do nothing. It's a lot of YouTube people that sit up here and I've never seen them on the front lines doing nothing. I never heard that they invested their money in nothing. I have never seen that they help the schools. I never seen them help kids. They talk about what everybody else is doing, but I never see them invest nothing. You don't get none of my time. It's not being above critique. It's not being above being questioned. The people who deem that you're respectful or that you qualify, then y'all do it. But you have to meet a level of qualifications to me. You have to be one that I respect or has come to me in respect. Because I don't even have to know you. I don't even know what you do. If you come to me in a manner that's respectful and you ask me a question, I'm going to engage you. Why not? Because I stand on my square. I'm going to stand on what I stand on. My resume is flawless. I don't care where you go, from streets, jail, anything. I've been the same person my whole life, so I'm going to stand on what I stand on. I believe what I believe. So if you ask me a question in love, or even if you disagree with me in respect, we can get into a debate. But you can't disrespect me and then think I'm going to allow you to have access to me. The only access you're going to get met with is a level of disrespect. And that's going to be personal. I'm not going online and I'm not doing that with you. So I need y'all to understand, this is not your grandmother's civil rights movement. I don't move in a way that you think somebody else should move. But I move on principles and integrity. So if you want to have a dialogue, if you want to disagree, I have no problem with disagreeing. But it has to be done in respect and love. Because disrespect only breeds disrespect.